Here are 5 things you need to know before you move to Flagstaff, Arizona. Hey guys, welcome to Funds in the Sun. My name is Eric and I'm a realtor here in Flagstaff. And if you are planning to move to Flagstaff, if you've had Flagstaff on your radar as a place to go, maybe visit, move, retire, here are 5 important things that you need to know before making that move. Now, these 5 things that I've collected are things that I've observed from the time that I moved here in 2007. And they're things that I think are important to families, to people that are single, whether you're early in your career or maybe you want to retire here or vacation here as a second home. The first thing you need to know about Flagstaff is it is expensive. One of the biggest things you'll notice in terms of expenses in Flagstaff is the housing. Affordable housing has always been a problem here in Flagstaff, and it just seems to be a place where people want to come to, want to have a second home, and it's limited in space, so that's definitely going to jack up the price. When my wife and I moved in Flagstaff in 2007 and then we bought our house in 2008, I never thought I would spend that much for a house. Moving from Michigan, the cost of our house here in Flagstaff was double the house that we had in Michigan, and this house that we currently have is even smaller than the one that we had in Michigan. The housing prices over the years have risen since the 2008 crash, and now in 2021, the prices are continuing to skyrocket up to unbelievable prices. The average price right now for a home in Flagstaff is $459,000. Take that into consideration when you want to buy a house. Even rental prices here to rent a home is expensive. And it's not just the housing. Everything is a little bit more expensive in Flagstaff, whether it's gas prices, food prices, you name it, it's going to be a little bit more expensive here in Flagstaff. There's also the $15 minimum wage in Flagstaff, which has also recently bumped up the prices. Pretty much everything, especially food and entertainment. So be prepared if you're moving to Flagstaff that you're going to be spending a little bit more money. That may not be the case if you're coming from California, but pretty much everywhere else, it's a little bit more expensive. Number 2 on my list is Flagstaff's weather. Now, if you don't know, Flagstaff is at 7,000 feet elevation. And so that's about 2,000 feet higher than the city of Denver. So what that means for weather is, yeah, we get a lot of snow. Flagstaff averages about 100 inches of snow a year. Now that's great if you love to ski, if you love the seasons. We have the Arizona Snow Bowl, so you can go skiing every year. And it's beautiful. I mean, full of pine trees and the mountains, it really does look beautiful in the snow. But sometimes it can get old. Sometimes our snowstorms, we can average up to 24 inches of snow in one storm. The good thing about that is if you're coming from the Midwest, it is always sunny here. So not like a Midwest winter where it snows and it stays cloudy from October until April. We could get 2 feet of snow and then the sun comes back out. So not just the snow, it's a very sunny state. We get probably 300 days of sun a year. So if you're not used to that, it is awesome. And even if you're coming from a sunny location, you'll continue to get that sun. In the springtime, it gets windy. In the fall, we get monsoons. So you do get all seasons in Flagstaff, which is nice. And no matter what, Phoenix is 2 hours away and always about 30 degrees warmer. So in the wintertime, if you're tired of the cold temperatures, if you want to get out of the snow, you can take that quick 2-hour drive. You're in Phoenix and it's 30 degrees warmer year round. Now in the summertime, we get a lot of people from Phoenix that want to come up to Flagstaff because it could be 110 degrees down in Phoenix, and they come up here and it's a beautiful 80 degrees. So Flagstaff is a great place to live in terms of weather because you're going to get the sunshine, you're going to get the seasons, you're going to get the leaves changing in the fall, but you're also always surrounded by warmer temperatures if you want to get into some warmer weather, whether it's Phoenix, Vegas, Lake Havasu, or New Mexico. The third thing on my list is Flagstaff is still a college town. Flagstaff hosts Northern Arizona University. NAU is one of 3 state universities here in Arizona, along with the University of Arizona and Arizona State University. NAU Their population or their enrollment is approximately 26,000 students each year. So in the fall time, you'll see a huge influx of college students. Their families coming into town. So the town gets busy, a lot more traffic around, and sometimes there's pros and cons with that as well. Depending on if you live near a place where there might be a lot of college kids renting a home, it may not be too great. But NAU does have a lot of great things to offer as well. They also bring in concerts, different events, different public speakers. So there's a lot of benefits to NAU being in Flagstaff, but also there's some cons with that as well. But a lot of the town, the industries, the economy is centered around NAU. So it's great to have that as an asset here in town. It brings a lot of youth and excitement to the town as well. So just be prepared that NAU is here. There will be college kids coming in the fall, but they leave in the spring, and then the summertime is usually pretty more quiet. So you can get that time to relax, and if you don't like college kids, you can get that break. The fourth thing on my list is Flagstaff is an absolute outdoor playground. If you like spending time outdoors, then Flagstaff is an amazing place to be. Not only are you up in the mountains, you are up in the fresh air, 7,000 feet, and there's just an ample amount of opportunities to get outside and things to do. So whether it's you want to mountain bike, you want to ski in the winter, you like hiking, you like camping, fishing, hunting, disc golf, any of those things, it's in abundance up here in Flagstaff. So you will notice a lot of people coming up to Flagstaff, especially in the springtime through fall. There'll be a lot of campers coming up from Phoenix and the surrounding areas just to spend that time here in the cooler weather and in the beautiful outdoors. So one of the really cool things about it is you don't have to drive 45 minutes or an hour out of town to feel like you're in the middle of the woods. You can leave town and be out of town maybe 5 miles, 10 minutes, and you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. So if you have a camper, if you like to camp, you have those opportunities which you can go in any direction and have the ability to do that. Not only that, we're close to Sedona, which has amazing hiking trails and mountain biking trails. We're close to Zion, the Grand Canyon, obviously the South Rim, the North Rim, Bryce Canyon, all the beautiful hikes and locations up in Utah. So if you're an outdoors person, if you like hiking and biking and doing those things, Flagstaff is definitely the place to be, because you can do it almost every single day of the year. Even in the wintertime, there's things to do and the sun is typically shining. So take advantage of that, spend the time outdoors, get to explore all the different cool things that are around here, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot. One of the last things you need to know about Flagstaff, and obviously there's plenty of more, but here's another kind of important one, is Flagstaff is a dark city. Now, what does that mean? In 2001, Flagstaff was declared the first international dark city. And so what that means is when you're here in Flagstaff, you will notice that our street lights have a yellow tint to them. A lot of people, their front porch lights have a yellow tint to them, or they're pointed down in a certain direction. There's policies in place for commercial buildings that they can only have a limited amount of lights around, and they have to be a certain lumens, and they can only be on at a certain time, or they can only point in a certain direction. Because we have Lowell Observatory here in Flagstaff. Now, if you're not familiar with Lowell Observatory, that's where the planet Pluto was discovered back in, I don't know when. So it can be difficult driving around Flagstaff at night if you're not familiar with the area. There's not as many street lights. A lot of people won't turn their front porch lights on or back porch lights on, or businesses won't have lights on at night like in a typical city. But again, because they're really trying to shut down on that light pollution. And if you've been to Flagstaff at all and you've looked up into the sky on a clear night, I mean, the stars are absolutely beautiful. It is something that I had never seen before until I moved here to Flagstaff. So whether you like the dark sky or you don't like the dark sky policies, they're here. They'll probably remain here for a long time, but if you do really like looking at the stars and looking at astronomy, This is a great place to do it, and you'll be amazed at what you can see just with your naked eye on a clear night here at Flagstaff. All right, guys, if there's anything that I missed, if there's anything you think living in Flagstaff other people need to know before moving here, just let me know. Put it down in the comments below. I can make another video. I plan on doing a lot more videos on Flagstaff, not only real estate related, but just things that are going on, events that are happening, cool things to do. And so don't be afraid to leave me a comment. You know, if there's certain topics that you want to discuss, just let me know. And again, if you have any questions in terms of Flagstaff real estate, by all means, please give me a call. My number's down below. My contact information is down there as well. So give me a call, and hopefully I'll see you at the next video. See ya.